All right, good morning. We are entering a kind of a unique week. We are entering a 3-day week after a pretty long 5-day weekend for students. So we're going to kick things off on Wednesday. So this is where you probably found your weekly overview for the week of February 17th to the 19th. This is technically, I believe it's week 12. It's the 12th week of the trimester, but fortunately or unfortunately, however you look at it for you, we do have one more week after this. So the trimester is technically, I believe, 13 weeks. So anyway, on Wednesday is going to be a work day. Now, what you probably noticed is if you were in person last week, we actually began the watercolor process. So we added the watercolor over top of the pen, and hopefully the pen was still able to show through. If you are an e-learner, remember that the watercolor part of this project was completely optional. It was actually considered an enrichment activity. So if you didn't get a chance to get watercolors, or if you didn't have watercolors at home, don't worry about it. You are going to turn in your pen landscape as if the entire thing is a pen drawing, which is great. Remember that I did make one slight adjustment, and if you're an e-learner, this may be news, but the landscape project is actually going to be due tomorrow. It's going to be due Thursday, February 18th instead of Wednesday, February 17th. So just kind of keep that in mind. It just gives you an extra work day. If you're an e-learner and you are finished with the pen landscape, what I would recommend doing, or even if you're an in-person learner and you're finished up with the watercolor, what I would recommend doing is moving on to Friday as quickly as possible. Okay. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to work on Wednesday, work day Thursday. Make sure that that project is turned in by 11:59. Okay. And then on Friday, we're actually going to start the final project. Now, the final project is going to be a smaller assignment. It's going to be worth 50 process points. So most projects are worth about 100 process points. This one's going to be worth 50. The reason that is because we're going to spend a shorter amount of time on it because we're kind of getting close to the end of the trimester. All right. So what you'll see is on Friday, there's an intro to the assignment. You're going to be doing an assignment based on ribbons. In that intro, make sure you watch the intro because it's going to be important, and there's going to be a lot of instructions that tell you how to start this whole project. Okay. Once you get through the introduction, you can read through these little blurbs. These are also just little reminders kind of on where your head should be at, what you should be working on, and a little bit more specifics. Here's a little word of encouragement. This project is smaller, but it should give you a really good opportunity to boost up that grade. Okay. Once you get down to the bottom, there's a couple of YouTube videos on here. If you click this video, it's going to tell you how to draw a ribbon. It's going to show you how to draw a standard ribbon. But if you actually go to the YouTube channel, there's a playlist of ribbon drawings where you can learn how to draw different types of ribbons, and you're going to fill in your entire sketchbook page with those different types of ribbons. Okay. So again, make sure that you watch the intro, make sure you get into the YouTube playlist. And this is going to be counted as a project, so it's a little bit more points. But the one thing I did to benefit you in this week and the next week as well is that there is no sketchbook assignment for this week. Okay, so the last sketchbook assignment, which I believe, yes, it was sketchbook assignment number 10. It was either your car or your favorite food. Draw your dream car or your favorite food. That one would be due last week on Thursday, since we didn't have school on Friday. That is actually your last sketchbook assignment for the entire trimester. Okay, there's no sketchbook assignment for this week. There will be no sketchbook assignment for next week. The reason why I'm doing that is because we're trying to squeeze in this final project. It's a smaller project. You'll see that it's actually on smaller paper. It should go a lot quicker than most projects. So instead of spending time on the sketchbook assignment, you'll actually get that time to spend towards the project. Okay. Like I said, we are in the second to last week. Notice on the bottom here, I put a little kind of just a lighter font as kind of a reminder that all grades for the trimester are going to be due on Thursday, February 25th. Okay. Friday, February 26th, the next day, is technically the last day. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to put the grades due by Friday, because if I do that, what's going to end up happening is that a lot of kids are going to forget. Now all of a sudden they're going to miss out on a lot of points. And if I do that, that means that Friday at 11:59, I'm going to be still taking in projects. Well, I'm going to be starting projects with the new group on Monday, and I don't really want that to overlap. So that's why I always make, for each trimester, I always make that due date the day before our last day. Um, Now, on that Friday, next Friday, which I'll talk about in the next week's Week at a Glance, but on that next Friday, that'll be a day where we'll kind of wrap things up. I'll pass back a lot of projects. I could even talk to you a little bit about some high school classes that you could take, things like that. So that's your weekly overview for the 17th to 19th. If you have any questions, obviously, don't be shy to email me. Or if you're in person, don't be shy to ask. Okay, let's have a good week. Short week.